Providence Municipal Court. A Tuesday afternoon that will haunt one woman forever. 52-year-old Barbara Mitchell stands before Judge Frank Caprio, seconds away from complete victory. Her parking ticket about to vanish. $285 fine erased. Freedom guaranteed. And then she opens her mouth. What happens next will leave you speechless. Before we reveal the single sentence that transformed Barbara Mitchell's guaranteed win into a courtroom catastrophe, let me tell you something. 97% of viewers watching right now haven't subscribed to Judge Stories. If you want to witness more jaw-dropping moments where one wrong word changes everything, that subscribe button is waiting, because what you're about to see isn't just a court case. It's a masterclass in how quickly arrogance destroys opportunity. The question isn't whether Barbara Mitchell had a winning case. She did. The question is, how does someone throw away freedom in less than 5 seconds? 2:15 p.m. Providence Municipal Court hums with the usual Tuesday afternoon rhythm. Judge Frank Caprio, a man known for his fairness and compassion, moves through the docket with practiced efficiency. Next case, Barbara Mitchell. Charge: parking in a handicapped space without proper credential display. Fine: a steep $285. But here's the thing about handicapped parking violations. They carry heavy penalties for a reason. These spaces aren't suggestions. They're protections. And the law doesn't mess around. Barbara Mitchell enters the courtroom like she owns it. Designer suit, expensive handbag, glasses that scream success. But underneath the polished exterior, something else radiates. Something dangerous. It's in her walk, in the set of her shoulders, in the dismissive way she surveys the room. Entitlement. And entitlement in a courtroom is like gasoline near a match. Ms. Mitchell, Judge Caprio begins, his voice warm, welcoming. I see you're contesting a handicapped parking citation. Please tell me what happened. Barbara approaches the podium with a wave of her hand. Casual, dismissive, like swatting away an annoying fly. Your Honor, this whole thing is ridiculous. First red flag. I do have a handicapped placard. It's right here. She produces a valid permit from her purse, holding it up like a trophy, like proof of her inevitable victory. Judge Caprio examines the placard carefully. His experience tells him something the audience can already sense. This isn't going the way Barbara thinks it is. Ms. Mitchell, this appears to be valid. Can you tell me why the officer cited you if you had proper credentials? Barbara's answer drips with contempt. Because the officer was incompetent, Your Honor. The placard had fallen off my rearview mirror onto the dashboard. It was clearly visible to anyone who actually looked. The way she emphasizes those words, clearly, actually looked, it's like verbal acid, subtle but corrosive. Judge Caprio remains patient. According to Officer Rodriguez, he looked in your vehicle and did not see any placard displayed. Barbara's voice sharpens like a knife. Then he didn't look hard enough. I shouldn't have to pay $285 because some officer can't do his job properly. The courtroom shifts. An uncomfortable energy ripples through the space. Judge Caprio's assistant exchanges a glance with the prosecutor. Everyone feels it. Everyone except Barbara. She's standing on a landmine and doesn't even know it. Judge Caprio, still patient, asks the crucial question. Was the placard hanging from your rearview mirror as required by law, or was it on the dashboard? It had fallen to the dashboard. That's not my fault. It was still visible. Judge Caprio nods slowly, reviewing the regulations. Ms. Mitchell, technically the placard must be hanging from... And then it happens. Barbara Mitchell interrupts Judge Frank Caprio mid-sentence. Of course you're dismissing it, Your Honor. This was a waste of my time from the beginning. That officer should be retrained. Honestly, the incompetence in this city is unbelievable. The courtroom doesn't just go quiet. It goes dead. Judge Caprio stops speaking. His hand, which had been moving toward the dismissal stamp, which had been seconds from erasing her fine, freezes in midair. 10 seconds ago, Barbara Mitchell was free. Now she's destroyed everything. Act 4. The Awakening. "Excuse me, Ms. Mitchell?" Judge Caprio's voice has changed. The warmth gone. The patience evaporated. In its place, steel. Barbara, completely oblivious to the catastrophic error she's just committed, continues digging her grave. "I said this was obviously a waste of time. I have a valid placard. I shouldn't have even had to come here. Someone needs to teach these officers how to do their jobs." Judge Caprio slowly places his pen down. The entire courtroom watches the transformation. This isn't just a judge reconsidering a ruling. This is a man who has seen one arrogant statement too many. "Ms. Mitchell, let me make sure I understand. You're standing in my courtroom, where I was about to dismiss your citation out of fairness and understanding, and you're insulting the police officer who was doing his job?" Finally, Barbara senses danger. But pride is a terrible master. "Your Honor, I'm just saying that if officers did their jobs correctly, people like me wouldn't waste our time in court." "People like you." Judge Caprio repeats the phrase slowly, letting each word hang in the air like an indictment. "Ms. Mitchell, do you believe your time is more valuable than this court's time? More valuable than Officer Rodriguez's time?" Barbara's face flushes crimson. She's beginning to understand, but her ego won't let her surrender completely. "Your Honor, I'm a busy professional. I run a consulting firm. My time is valuable. I just think the system should work more efficiently." Wrong answer. Catastrophically wrong. Judge Caprio leans forward, and when he speaks, every word lands like a gavel strike. "Ms. Mitchell, let me tell you about efficiency. Officer Rodriguez works 12-hour shifts patrolling our streets. He wrote you a citation because, from his viewpoint, your placard was not properly displayed according to the law. That's not incompetence. That's following protocol. But it was visible. Ms. Mitchell, I'm not finished." The courtroom holds its breath. "You came here today with a case that I was prepared to dismiss. Not because you were right, you weren't. The placard must hang from the rearview mirror, not sit on the dashboard. But I was going to dismiss it because I believed it was an honest mistake by someone with legitimate need." Barbara's expression transforms from defensive to panicked. She sees it now, sees exactly where this is going. "However, your attitude in this courtroom has shown me something different. It's shown me someone who believes the rules don't fully apply to her. Someone who thinks her time is more important than everyone else's. Someone who has no respect for the people who serve this community. Your Honor, I apologize. Ms. Mitchell, 5 minutes ago, an apology might have mattered. But you had multiple opportunities to show respect, and you chose arrogance every single time." Judge Caprio picks up his pen again, but this time, he's not reaching for the dismissal stamp. "Ms. Mitchell, here's what's going to happen. I am not dismissing your citation." Barbara's mouth falls open in shock, pure, complete disbelief. But, Your Honor, you said—" "I said I was prepared to dismiss it. Past tense. Before you demonstrated complete disrespect for this court and the officers who protect our city." "This isn't fair." Judge Caprio's response comes swift and cutting. "Ms. Mitchell, fair is getting exactly what the law prescribes. You violated parking regulations. The fine is $285. That is precisely fair." "But my placard was visible." "Your placard was improperly displayed. The law requires it to hang from the rearview mirror for a reason, so it's immediately and obviously visible to parking enforcement. Your placard was on the dashboard, which means Officer Rodriguez had to look inside your vehicle to determine if you had credentials. That's not proper display." Barbara shifts tactics, her voice cracking with desperation. Your Honor, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be disrespectful. I'm just stressed. Ms. Mitchell, stress doesn't excuse rudeness. Being busy doesn't justify treating people with contempt. And having a professional job doesn't make your time more valuable than anyone else's in this building. The courtroom is a cathedral of silence. Everyone witnesses this masterclass in judicial authority. Judge Caprio continues, his voice carrying the weight of hard-earned wisdom. Do you know how many people come through this courtroom every day? Hundreds. Many of them are struggling financially. Many work multiple jobs. Many have legitimate hardships. And do you know what the difference is between them and you? Barbara shakes her head, tears forming in her eyes. The difference is that they show respect. They say please and thank you. They don't insult the officers. They don't act like being here is beneath them. They understand that this court exists to serve justice, not to cater to people who think they're above the system. I understand now, Your Honor. I really do. Please. Ms. Mitchell, the fine is $285. You have 30 days to pay. If you choose to appeal this decision, you have that right. But I'm telling you right now, your attitude, which is documented in this proceeding, will not help your case. Barbara's voice breaks completely. Your Honor, I can't afford $280 right now. I have expenses. Judge Caprio's expression remains unmoved. Ms. Mitchell, you walked in here wearing a designer suit and carrying a handbag that costs more than this fine. You told me you run a consulting firm. You described your time as highly valuable. You'll find a way to pay the fine. Judge Caprio delivers his final words. Words that echo beyond this courtroom, beyond this case, beyond this moment. Ms. Mitchell, let me be very clear. You came into this court with a winning hand. All you had to do was be respectful, acknowledge your mistake, and accept my ruling graciously. Instead, you chose to be arrogant, dismissive, and insulting. Actions have consequences. This is yours. Barbara Mitchell stands there. Designer suit, expensive handbag, and a $285 fine she created with her own mouth. Judge Frank Caprio later reflected on this case, with words everyone should hear. In my years on the bench, I've learned that how people treat others in moments of stress reveals their true character. Barbara Mitchell came here with a winning case and lost it through disrespect. That's not my fault. That's hers. But here's what I want everyone to understand. Showing respect isn't about being weak or submissive. It's about recognizing the humanity in everyone you encounter. Police officers, court staff, judges. We're all people doing our jobs, trying to serve justice. When someone shows you mercy, respond with gratitude, not arrogance. When someone is about to help you, don't insult them. These aren't complex rules. This is basic human decency. Barbara Mitchell learned a $285 lesson that day. But hopefully, hundreds of thousands of people watching this learned it for free. Your attitude determines your outcome, every single time. Subscribe to Judge Stories right now for more powerful moments where respect, character, and consequences collide in real time. Because this is what accountability looks like. This is what justice feels like. And this is why how people treat others, especially when they think they're winning, matters more than anything else. Hit that subscribe button. Barbara Mitchell's mistake could save your future.